Drew McIntyre is opening up about his issues, so we'll see what that's about. We'll also check out the latest with Cody Rhodes, MJF, and much more. Starting things off with a very popular fan theory for Cody Rhodes versus Nakamura that has been a very high possibility of becoming true. So immediately after War Games, Nakamura revealed his mystery target to be Cody Rhodes. And after a few weeks of attacking Cody, Nakamura dug deeper into his reasoning for coming after Cody Rhodes. We learned that Nakamura is a bit in his feelings, not only because he wasn't able to capture the World Heavyweight title from Seth Rollins, but he's also still a bit sour about winning the Royal Rumble but not finishing his story and losing the WWE title match against AJ Styles at WrestleMania all those years ago. And now he's sitting back watching Cody Rhodes get not one, but two back-to-back WrestleMania main events, and two opportunities to finish his story, and that's just not sitting right with Nakamura. So he's saying that if he didn't get to finish his story becoming WWE champion, then he'll make sure Cody Rhodes doesn't get the chance of finishing his story either. That's why Nakamura has revealed his absolute top priority and his goal for this ongoing feud between himself and Cody Rhodes. So with that being Nakamura's mission, it perfectly sets up this popular fan theory going around that Cody Rhodes won't be a part of the 2024 Royal Rumble match, despite him being the first superstar to declare for the match. Cody Rhodes may have some attention aimed towards Nakamura right now, but everyone knows his main focus is obviously trying to win the Royal Rumble match again, so that he can have another crack at Roman Reigns. That's Cody's main focus, and it's something that he hasn't backed down from at all. So with Nakamura now making it his life's purpose to make sure Cody Rhodes doesn't make it back to the main event of WrestleMania, what if Nakamura takes Cody Rhodes out of action right before the Royal Rumble match, so that Cody's unable to enter the Royal Rumble, and it hurts his chances of finishing his story, which is exactly what Nakamura wants. Whether Nakamura attacks him earlier the same night at Royal Rumble, a week before, during his Royal Rumble entrance, or even in the Royal Rumble match itself, just something that's cheap and heel-like to write Cody Rhodes out of action at the Royal Rumble match, so that you can take him out of the equation without him getting fully eliminated and looking weak in that sense. It advances the story between Cody and Nakamura. Maybe it even feels like an all is lost sort of moment for Cody Rhodes, because his one ticket to main event of WrestleMania was stolen from him due to the hands of Nakamura. That takes Cody away from the match, and it opens the door for someone like potentially CM Punk to win the Royal Rumble match. And then from there, Cody Rhodes would still get his WrestleMania main event match with Roman Reigns, but he'll have to use his mouth and call out Roman Reigns to accept his proposal and his challenge for a match at WrestleMania 40. That'll be the only way for the match to happen if the Royal Rumble does end up getting robbed from him. Everyone expects and knows that Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes is happening at WrestleMania 40 Night 2, but no one really expects Cody to win the Royal Rumble for a second straight year. That's not really something WWE would do often. So, as it stands right now, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes are the only two men that have declared for the Royal Rumble match. But out of the two, it does seem like CM Punk has the higher odds to win the match, while something will pop up and get in the way of Cody Rhodes winning the match. Can't have Cody getting eliminated or losing momentum like that right before another WrestleMania meeting with Roman Reigns. So we can definitely expect to see Cody Rhodes either get eliminated in the most unfair way possible, or maybe he does get taken out by someone like Nakamura just moments before the match. So it's an interesting fan theory that does seem pretty realistic. Drew McIntyre is now officially a heel after a long road and journey of turning heel. You can even argue that Drew really didn't just turn evil for no reason. He actually has nothing but great reasons for turning heel. One of those main reasons and causes was the Raw arrival of Jey Uso. The second that Jey Uso showed up on Raw following the split from his family, you could just instantly feel Drew McIntyre's attention start to shift in another direction. Drew McIntyre remembered what Jey Uso did to him, and he couldn't just let it go like everyone was telling him to. He was just obsessed and locked in on Jey. And we spoke about how the story would have made even more sense if Jey Uso was the main shot caller and decision maker back then during the Bloodlines feud with Drew McIntyre. Then it really would have made sense for Drew to come after him. But Jey was basically just a henchman back then to Roman. So that's the point everyone was trying to get through to Drew. But it didn't work. He was just locked in on Jey. Well, during a recent edition of WWE's The Bump, Drew McIntyre opened up on this topic, saying that trauma is what Jey caused him. He had this to say, quote, "Jey Uso showing back up on Raw brought up that trauma, brought up those feelings, brought how I'm feeling about those things right now," end quote. So after months of fighting the feelings and hearing all the advice from the other superstars, it looks like Drew McIntyre won't be forgetting about what Jey did, and will continue to come after him in the future. We'll likely see more interactions there between Jey and Drew. Cody Rhodes was recently a guest on the Michael Kay show, and he was asked about the possibility of MJF coming over to WWE, and if he could see it happening. Cody had this to say about the topic, quote, "I think one day we will see MJF in WWE. For those who don't know, MJF was one of my recruits, and probably the one I'm the most excited about, just because of his potential, his personality, his overall professionalism is beaming. One thing I'm proud of him for doing is, if you notice, he's put on a lot of muscle, and he's put it on safely over the last year and a half. And when he does make that jump, and I don't know when that is if he makes the jump, but if he comes to WWE, you just have to stand across from guys like Drew McIntyre. You have to stand across from guys like Omos and Brock Lesnar. Watching him grow physically, it just seems like maybe he knows where his future lies. But really, your guess is as good as mine. I never bother about it because I just want to remain the friends we've become today." End quote. So Cody Rhodes can definitely see MJF standing in the WWE ring one day and thinks he'll look like he belongs in the ring with the Brock Lesnars of the world, due to the amount of muscle he's put on. There are some conflicting reports, though, for when it comes to MJF's contract status. He has said several times himself over the last few years that he will become a free agent in 2024, and how he expects a bidding war between WWE and AEW to take place over him. But there's been some smaller reports over the last few months about some rumors that MJF might have quietly signed an extension with AEW. So nothing is officially quite there yet for when it comes to MJF's contract status, but we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.